So my name is Wailey and I am a dressmaker and I run my own shop. I do all sorts of things like alterations and garment repair as well.
Okay, so just talk me through a day. You're coming in the morning, what happens?
It depends. If sometimes there's a queue at the door so when I get in I have to sort out the clients and what they need doing, and then when I've done that, if I've got any dressmaking, then that gets organised, and everything gets organised by timeline, so what's immediate to what's further down in the in the near future, what I need to do. So yeah, it all depends on what jobs I've got. At the minute it's mainly bridal, so I come in, sort out all the bridesmaid dresses into piles that need making up, cutting out and everything like that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So who are your customers? Who comes to you and what are they coming to you for?
There's so many different people. So we get young people, old people. There's no specific age range. I mean, when I started, I thought it'd be probably 16 to 25, but it's not. I get people coming in for proms, and then I get the elderly who are shrinking and getting shorter and need everything taken up, taken in. Proms usually alterations. I get a few making, but it's mainly bridal that I make at the minute. So, yeah.
Okay,
a variety.
A big variety of
stuff.
If someone didn't know what a dressmaker was, I know it's probably hard to believe, but let's say they didn't. What would you say a dressmaker is, or what do they do?
Well, me as a dressmaker, I'll make a dress. So I only do females or children because it's less shape. Because a dressmaker isn't a tailor. A tailor is a completely different kettle of fish, because a man's body, as you know, is completely different to a lady's, and I'm trained to do ladies and not men's figures because they're a bit more complicated. So I make dresses, so they can either come in with a pattern ready done, or they can just say to me, can you make me this? And I'll say, sure, let's do it.
Okay, can you talk me through some of the good and bad points about your job?
The bad points is a lot of the younger people don't respect how long things take and how difficult some things are to make or alter. They expect things done in a matter of a few seconds, whereas the older generation, because obviously they're grandparents or they even do a little bit themselves, they appreciate how much time it takes to unpick something, to start again, to actually do the pattern work. So, that's always nice. And then I get a lot of, people frown and, make fun, but when the older generation come in, they're lovely, they're so nice, and they make your job worthwhile, because they come in, and especially if you've done a few jobs from them before, they're always kisses and cuddles and so excited because, they love what I've done. Whereas the younger generation, they're just like, yes, thanks, and off they go. But the elderly ones, usually, it's nice. You get all excited when they're coming in, because they're going to appreciate what you've done.
And what brings you to work every day? What motivates you to do what you do?
Well, I've always done it. So it started off as a hobby, sewing and making clothes for myself, and as a young child I was doing my dolly clothes and things like that. So I suppose because I really enjoy it, and sometimes it is difficult when I know I've got a really awful job that I don't like doing, usually zips or unpicking. But usually it doesn't bother me. I love coming into work. So.
And what do you like about your job?
The freedom. Nobody tells you what to do, and just I suppose because I'm running it, so I can do everything how I want to do. So if I was working for somebody else, which I have done before, they like things done a certain way and weren't very organised, and I started to do it all, and then I thought, actually, if I could do it for somebody else, why not do it for myself? And then, I've not got somebody nagging at me, it's me that's got to do it. So I suppose that respect, that's better.
And what are some of the misconceptions about being a dressmaker that people have, if there are any?
A lot of people think you make a lot of money, which I don't know who these people are. I mean, I do know a lot of people who do make a lot of money, but they've been doing it for like 30 to 40 years. So, you've got to get a name for yourself, and people have got to know, how good you are, whereas I've only been doing it for a few years as a business. So, in that respect, And somebody came in to me the other day and said, it was a dress and it needed the shoulders taken up. And she said, I need it for tomorrow. And I said, well, I've got half an hour before the shop shuts. Oh, it'll only take a few minutes. Well, it doesn't, because I've got to unpick it, get up inside the dress, alter it, seal it all off, which takes longer, and it takes probably an hour to 2 hours, depending on what I need to do and how complicated it is. Sometimes it is really easy, I could just do it there and then, but most of the time, when they come in and they say, I need it for this weekend, and I think, oh, don't think that's going to happen, but I'll try samples, but they'll probably get other people to do samples, because I've worked in a design room before, you see, so.
Right,
yeah.
okay.
A bit boring.
Didn't enjoy that.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice, because my job, you'll do the drawing, and you do all the pattern work, cut it out, you make it up, so you get to see it from start to finish. When you're a designer, you'll probably draw a few sketches, somebody will make it up, and then you'll see it at the finish. You don't see the process of how, it's coming along, so I suppose in that part, my job's more fun.
Yeah, and I suppose if you're designing stuff, you might be designing things that potentially might not be able to be made.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
No, exactly. But you see, where I used to work, people would say, they do something, you're like, but that's not possible. But it is, because I've drawn it. No, it's not possible. I can remember making a prom dress for a girl and she wanted it crossing here and then crossing at the back as well, which when you move starts to get closer and closer to your neck. And I was trying to explain this and she wouldn't have it, so I had to make it up, and then she said, oh, it's not working. I said, well, I did tell you that, so I had to redo it. So
what if a young person was considering becoming a dressmaker, how would you sort of sell this career to them?
It's not easy, it is difficult, but I think every business when you start up is difficult. I mean, I started it from home to start off with, so I think that's what you need to do, and see if the business is out there and if you're in the right area, and you can get contacts. I mean, I started off because there was a few bridal shops in Long Eaton years ago, and that's how I got to do the alterations. And then those clients would ask if I could make things, and then it slowly progressed from there. But if you're in the middle of nowhere and there's not many shops about, then I don't know if it's going to work. Because I mean, I think you need something like a dress shop, just so you can say, oh, if they like this dress but they can't quite fit in it properly, or it needs taking in, then I can do that. And then you get a good relationship and they bring you more business, and that's how you start. So that's how I started anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, it can be easy, but I think
you've got to build it up, haven't you?
Yeah, you've got to be determined as well. There's times where it's so hard, but I think part of that, I think that's because we're in a recession as well. People are so reluctant to spend money, so you have to find clever alternatives and getting money in.
So how do you generate your business? How do you get people coming through the door?
Well, I used to have a little advertisement in little local papers, so like there was the little Long Eaton Extra and then the Inside 72, but I don't feel I need those anymore because I've been in those for a couple of years. People know I'm here, so now it's just basically mine is word of mouth, and from doing jobs and passing the word on and saying they've done a brilliant job, go to them. And networking, I used to do loads of networking, but sometimes I think there's a lot of men in power suits, and for my sort of genre it's not very, I don't think it works. So the men in power suits wanting to get you to have business with them, it didn't really work. Craft fairs quite good. I do a lot of craft fairs, so